Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. And thank you for all of our guests and members hopping into our Up2give presentation today. In our community and ecosystem, we have a motto, and that is let's be different. For those of you who don't know me, my name is KT, also known as the Bitcoin Queen globally. And I'm a member, just like a member who invited you to the community. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm not the owner or the CEO of a company. I was invited by my best friend Kathy in November of 2019, and she said, "Hey, I've been informed of this company called Up2give. I think you need to take a look at it. Get on a couple of these Zoom presentations and tell me what you think." Well, I did just that. I jumped onto the presentations and I found that Up2give resonated with who I was as a person. First and foremost, the four core principles are philanthropy. The second is education, specialized education. Third is accumulating Bitcoin resources. And last was changing people's lives through their own personal causes in our ecosystem, which is what many good people want to do anyways. We want to change the lives of people for the better. Now, circling back around, I want to commend Mr. Jerry Lopez. His vision, mission, and model really resonated with me. He took a number of years of getting things in order before bringing Up2give to market. And he has not fallen short in any means or capacity when he is advocating and publicly putting out information for the community and following up with all of the different partnerships, which gives this community more and more and more value as time goes on. And if you haven't been around to listen to our most recent updates with the Up2give Extreme and some of the other digital components, that now instead of just looking at the philanthropy side of things, we will be able to make commissions off of things that are having to do with the blockchain, having digital services and products that we can actually sell, earning commissions. So if you like that and you like entrepreneurship, which this is what I'm going to leave you with before I start the presentation. Forbes says in the next 2 years, 78 million people alone will turn to a home-based business in the United States. Why? We are in a pandemic. We didn't know that a pandemic was coming when it was starting, but we're looking at a reflection of how do we get people involved in their personal growth and to create resources from home so that way they have an income stream flowing in of some sort. And that is what we're going to be able to do here at Up2give. So I want to go ahead and get started. I hope that this resonates with you. For those of you who are new, I'm always going to encourage people to have right behaviors and habits out the gate. If you have a notebook and a pen or a pencil, I would highly recommend as I'm speaking and going through the presentation, you write down notes and get back to the person that invited you with your questions and their support team. Get answers, get clarity, join Up2give, become a productive and proactive Up2give member in our community. I found that in the philanthropical side with our giving box, I've received contributions. I want to thank all of you guys who did contribute to my causes in our ecosystem. And I know a lot of my team members that I've enrolled and their team members and so on has also received contributions from Up2give. So let's go ahead and start with our vision. At Up2give, we have a strong moral, integral, and purpose-driven vision to change lives around the world through our ecosystem. Our four core areas and principles that we stand upon are philanthropy, education, banking, and personal causes. Through philanthropy, we are focused on creating a culture of worldwide giving. Through education, we reward those who give while teaching them the value behind growing personally. With banking, we will bank the unbanked through our giving. And last but not least, and my favorite, is personal causes. We will create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through Up2give. Now let's look at our model. We have built a model where people from around the world can come together, get educated, banked, and skilled on the principles of philanthropy and EQ, emotional intelligence, while creating a culture of global giving. During the education process, we will be teaching our members how to utilize one of our tools for contributing called the Giving Box. This will allow us to fulfill the purpose of our core principles, as well as help contribute to the stories being shared in our community to engage in the social revolution part of our culture. Here are some examples of our target areas of focus, which I believe that any of us in the world, at least the 99% of the world, can relate with. Education. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development found that 50% of US adults can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. Lack of formal education results in lower earning power and serious threats to an individual's long-term well-being. I'd have to agree with that. Banking. Globally, about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked without an account at a financial institution or through a money mobile provider. In 2014, that number was 2 billion. Well, I have to agree to that as well. Health. Currently, nearly 1 billion people spend 10% of their household income or more on health expenses for themselves, a sick child, or another family member. In fact, we have over 3.8 billion people who lack access to basic health care. And housing. Currently, over 850 million people, more than the US populations and the European Union combined, are living in informal settlements. And according to the Global Housing Statistic, the number can surpass 1 billion people nearing the end of 2020. Now, we rolled this out before COVID. And so now that we're in COVID, I'm going to ask all of you guys, do you think the numbers are going to get better while we're waiting? Or do you think they're going to get worse? And how do you prepare yourself and shield yourself with all of these different expenses if you are not having resources coming to you? Well, what is our ultimate goal at Up2give? Simply to empower you and people around the world to contribute towards anyone's cause in our ecosystem. Whether it is to help achieve a goal that helps you personally, someone in your family, your church, your community, your country. It doesn't matter how big or small that vision or mission is, we will bring the nations together to help support those causes. And with our mission or our motto being a motto of philanthropy, we are confident that the Up2give family will be there for you. Up2give is a global correlation movement. Now you might ask, how does someone get educated in our ecosystem? Well, if you haven't heard about Success Training Institute, you can go look them up on the internet. Normally they have classes that are about $100 a month to gain access to these courses to help improve your personal development, professional development, positive mindset, emotional development, and entrepreneurship. So these are some of the courses that are already available to take. There's also accredited learning courses, and that's what we get in our ecosystem. Success Training Institute offers state-of-the-art soft skills training designed for individuals, companies, and entrepreneurs. Here, you can improve your skills in less than 10 minutes a day. Now, that is what happened to me as an entrepreneur. I had to get out of the norm and create better habits to work on my inner self and develop a well-rounded person so that I had higher emotional IQ. And that is actually what attracts people to me now in this day and age, is learning how to communicate with people, learning how to be consistent, learning what entrepreneurship means and these things, and learning how to follow up with people and support people in their growth as well. I love having this at our fingertips from our mobile phone or our devices. I could be at the beach listening to this. I could be in my home listening to this. As a matter of fact, I could have my kids listening in because it's teaching them skills at a very early age. Remember, we said earlier there's 1.7 billion people in the world that are currently unbanked, and that is a large number. Jerry and Up2give partnered with Ooh La La, which I have just ordered my Ooh La La card and I'm waiting for it to come into the mail because I already know how to connect Bitcoin to a debit card so that I can use it to swipe anywhere I go. So you can join the future of banking, where Ooh La La is a full-service financial solution designed to empower communities. You can be one of the first to send and receive money for a fraction of the cost, access microcredit offers from your favorite retailers, pay bills with ease, build credit, enjoy online shopping, and take charge of our financial future with our exclusive Ooh La La partnership without needing and having a bank account. This is huge. Now we're going to skip over to personal causes. Each and every one of us, it doesn't matter who you are, should not be ashamed if you need help and you need funding. You just have to write it out and be able to share with others. If you're passionate about getting resources for your family, you would join the membership base and then share it with other people. Here are a couple of personal causes that some of our members, out of our 50,000 members who have put their causes in and growing, looks like. So, providing safe shelter to the homeless and abused women and children in crisis. Anybody know someone like this? Maybe you want to help them. Maybe this is you. Breast cancer research saves lives. Research is the reason. I'm sure that you know people who have been a victim or fallen to breast cancer or going through breast cancer or any type of cancer right now. These are other causes that you can create, and then you can change your personal causes as they are becoming funded, which is very, very cool in my opinion. Now, how do you get started? How does someone get started in the ecosystem? Well, first and foremost, you're going to go back to the person that invited you and ask them for one of their registration links, whether it's their cause link that has their cause on it, whether it's their referral link. And now we have the Ooh La La sign up card link as well, which is really cool. And you have to be a member of the community so that we can identify how people were introduced to the Ooh La La card. If they're not going to be a proactive member in the community, they can still buy the card from you. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the person that invited you. You're going to get their referral link and you're going to start as a free member and create your own free account. Then from there, you're going to pay $32 in Bitcoin. We do not take cash right now. Bitcoin is the method by which we pay for our membership. Then you're going to contribute to the personal causes in the Up2give community in the amount of 0.0025 Bitcoin, around $25 if Bitcoin is $10,000 a coin. It's a little bit more than that right now, so it's a little bit more than $25. Next, you're going to write your story and you're going to create your own cause, and then you're going to share it with 2 people who directly enroll, a minimum. Now, I would never stop at 2 people, just so you know. If you really are passionate about your cause, you're probably going to go share it with more people. I know that a lot of us are doing the cause for the Operation Underground Railroad. I personally want to put an end to child trafficking and human trafficking and sex slavery. That is a big thing for me. So if you are big on that, that might be one of your causes. Now, you're going to write your story and you're going to share it with a minimum of 2 people who directly enroll on any of your links. I would not stop there, just so you know. But that is the qualification. And then you will be prompted into the giving box. Now, the sign-up process and experience is actually very simple and it's very fluid. Let's use Maria in California and her friend John. Maria in California shares her link with John. The moment that John clicks on her link, the first thing that he will see is her story if it's her cause link. Once John reads her story, he will have the option to either contribute or join the community. So John has clicked the join button and the system will take him into the registration page where he can add his basic information. What does John get for just registering and getting a dashboard? Well, John gets the opportunity for 14 days in the community. He has an opportunity to experience our back office and our ecosystem. John can take the sample courses we have available in our Up2give Academy portal powered by the Success Training Institute. John has enough time to decide to become a member or simply contribute to Maria's cause, because you do have that option to simply contribute and not join the community, although I do not see the reason why anyone would actually do that. But let's assume that John decides to join Maria's journey. John has before the 14th day at midnight Pacific Standard Time to pay a $32 member fee in Bitcoin for the activation of his education program at the Up2give Academy. He can create his story page, user link, and the moment he contributes to the Up2give causes during the same period of time, he becomes a member of Ground Zero in the giving box. Very, very exciting. Now, let's talk about more ways that the company itself is giving back. Remember, the more people who contribute to each other, the more the company will give back to the community. And it first starts at stage 3. When a person completes stage 3 in the giving box, Up2give gives a debit card to the user so that they can start monetizing that Bitcoin that they have been giving through our ecosystem. With this step of philanthropy, we will start to help change the banking crisis in the world where so many people lack the opportunity to have their own debit card. Also, we will make the service available for purchase if the user does not wish to wait to receive it for free for a small setup fee. So as you are growing the ecosystem and more contributions are coming back, what I'm reading from this is that the company will match you. So if you don't have to spend more money out of pocket, you can qualify for this. And like I said, I've ordered my card and I qualified for it. So I didn't have to spend the money, that small fee to get it set up. I wanted to qualify through so I can get as many kind of like incentives and initiatives as possible to share with other people, knowing that it's possible to do it. Now at stage 4. When you complete stage 4, you will have the option of choosing from 12 different cause-driven programs. Once you have made the choice, you will follow the steps given in your back office, and a liaison will be assigned to you, and you will work together for approximately 45 days to create a story out of that cause, which we will then go viral with it. Up2give will contribute on your behalf for reaching stage 4, a maximum of $1,500 to that cause, fulfilling our social revolution part of our 4 pillars. Stage 5. This is where it gets exciting because you get to be in the presence of other people who are in the community. When a person reaches stage 5 of the giving, Up2give rewards them with an all-expense paid trip to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world will come to teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, charitable causes, and also after achieving the event reward, you will have another option of 12 major causes to choose and contribute to at this stage. The last stage is stage 6, which is to me very exciting because this is what supports the entire ecosystem of new members coming in and advancing. When you reach stage 6, Up2give requires you to give 12.5% back to the community in our ecosystem. Stage 6 in the giving box is the most critical stage due to the amount of contributions given to your cause. We will require the user to be walking hand in hand with our Up2give founding team to ensure that we maximize your giving potential. So as the community grows, everyone always has this stigma of how are we going to support the new people coming in once the people at the top? We're really not at the top. We're just the people that took action first. And because we're actually contributing back more than people who are getting involved in the beginning. So it sets the standard and the initiative and incentive for us to go back and keep on building through the community and helping more people with that philanthropical mindset. Now, how does Up2give strive to be compliant? Many of us, like myself, I've been around the block since 2012. I participated, I've taken risks, I've had some of the most crazy things happen to me. And I've lost millions of dollars in Bitcoin. I've earned millions of dollars in Bitcoin. But during these processes, during the pioneer phase of growing the Bitcoin economy, I've learned some things. Now, number one, I've learned that you want to hold the private keys and you want to have the Bitcoin going directly to your wallet, whatever you're joining. I don't want anybody managing my Bitcoin. I want to manage my own Bitcoin. I want to have access to it immediately when it's supposed to be there, and I don't want to withdraw from a company. So Up2give does not hold the Bitcoins of any user. Giving is peer-to-peer, wallet-to-wallet. And we have a very safe auditing system, so we know what's going on using a transit wallet to monitor everything, which is normal in a lot of different systems, so don't freak out about that. We only ask that your contribution of $32 a month in Bitcoin so that we can operate the company, which then gives you all of the access to the ecosystem. Up2give is a major contributor of collective causes. And Up2give is a giving model that even for nonprofit identities such as churches, mosques, and synagogues is presented as a revolution of offerings in the ministry. The more they give each other, the more that they receive. Again, you might ask what you get for your $32 a month. An entire ecosystem that will allow you to share your story to the world through our Up2give blog. Access to our global education community at the Up2give Academy, powered by the Success Training Institute. Access to the Giving Box, which is a tool. It is not owned by the company. It allows you to be a part of the community and social revolution, stories that are inspired that our members, our philanthropical culture of movement, cause-driven movement. And you also get rewards for giving back to the community and their causes, which allows Up2give to partner with you and create stories of our own, especially when you start reaching stage 4 and above. let's talk about the contributing and how it works. The Giving Box is a voluntary tool designed so that you can increase your resources to help more causes and at the same time improve your life of those or your lives of those who participate. Now let's talk about the global community line, which I'm very excited about because this is where the community kicks in, where each of us doing our part, growing the community, helps other people who are doing their part growing the community, which I find very rewarding. So again, you'll pay your $32 in Bitcoin at Up2give. Next, you'll contribute to the personal causes 0.0025, about $25 in Bitcoin. Then you will enter ground zero. You're going to want to share your cause with at least 2 people that are directly enrolled to you and have contributed 0.0025. That is step 1. That is not that hard. Now, I like the 10 by 10 strategy. And as you know, there's an incentive that we just rolled out as well, which I'll get to at the bottom of the presentation. But that is really the minimum that you would have to do to participate in the community line. The state-of-the-art AI system, you need at least 2 people to qualify to move to stage 1 and help those 2 people get their 2 people to move to stage 1. There are 64 steps in contributing divided into 6 stages. The AI system actively monitors all of your personals and their activity. So you are rewarded for enrolling more individuals and helping your team move through the stage 1. If you help one person move through steps with you, the system will contribute to you first. You do not need to have 2 following through you to all stages after step 2, but it is encouraged to advance more people in your directly enrolled team. You will also receive all contributions from your personals on ground zero and stage 1, which is very exciting. So again, you're probably going to enroll more than 2 people into the community. You would help them get their 2 people and do their contribution. That is actually what pushes, that is the foundation of pushing people through the community. Now, I'm not going to go through over this, but you can stop the video if you'd like and go through the different steps. Here's what I know. Moving through the steps has worked. The system, the algorithm, if you are going and qualifying through the steps, you are receiving your contributions in Bitcoin. The faster you do it, the faster you receive your contributions. That's just how it works. Now, we're going to recap everything. You're going to join as a member. You'll pay $32. I'm going to tell you right now, you want to get more Bitcoin than just the amount that's being shared here. You want to probably go get a couple hundred Bitcoin if you're in a position to afford that, okay? Because you want to be prepared for anything that could happen. And there are also transaction fees depending on what wallet you decide to use. So you're going to pay your $32 in Bitcoin. You're going to contribute to the personal causes. Your 0.0025 actually goes to the person's cause who directly enrolled you. All right. And then you're going to qualify with your first. You're going to get 2 personals and help them do the same thing. Then you're going to contribute to step 1, which is also going to be to your directly enrolled person who you signed up with. Then you get Bitcoin toward your causes for that purpose. Then you move into the community line on step 2 or stage 2. We have an initiative going on right now. So the faster we move, like I like this strategy of 10, go get 10, go get 10. If you're really passionate about helping people and you really see this, don't fall short by acting like you can't talk to other people about this. Be engaged. The faster that you move, the faster you receive contributions. That's just how it works. It's just like when you get up and you get ready for work and you show up, you get a paycheck, but it doesn't come to you the day that you show up. You have to wait for the pay period to end. Here, that's all predicated on your ambition and your ability to qualify and your ability to go out and talk to people, which is why the Success Training Institute is so important to me, is because you're developing your inner self, you're developing how to attract people to you, your entrepreneurship skills and things of that nature. You get 3 personally enrolled on your referral link of some sort, and you get your membership fee, $30 a month, waived. And that's exciting. You will also receive contributions from every single person you share on ground zero and stage 1, like I said earlier. So that is our presentation. If you can see yourself in a community where we're advocating philanthropy, education, specific education, emotional EQ education, right? If you can see yourself having your own causes that you need funding and resources for, create your cause. And last but not least, be around 12 months from now as we're rolling out this fourth quarter. It's going to get very exciting. People are probably going to get really hyped up because we will have a commissionable compensation plan outside of the philanthropical things that we're doing now, which supports the blockchain and the ecosystem. So these things are very exciting. And the things that were announced to us just recently is that we are releasing the People's Network. We are also going to get paid to watch TV, use Up2give chat. We have products and services like hotspots that we're now already in the process of ordering and getting out. And we already had the first 3 pillars. We had started with philanthropy. That was really different for many people. We have the partnership with Success Training Institute, and we have the partnership with Ulala for banking. We're getting the tipping circle. We're getting V code. There's a lot of things that are coming in Up2give Extreme that you will want to be a part of the commissionable side of the community. So you guys, I just want to make sure that you know, give a disclaimer to finalize and round everything out. I'm here using this as an opportunity because more people around the world are not in a position of being a part of the 1%er. And I've already done and helped thousands of people's lives change for the better using Bitcoin and in this blockchain system. As an entrepreneur, as an influencer, as a Bitcoin believer, as someone who believes in home-based business model versus going to work a job and have been able to do it for over 10 years now. I'm going to encourage all of you listening in to change your habits, commit to something different, be different, and you will get different. So with that, you guys, get back to the person that invited you. Thank you for your time and attention today, and look forward to meeting you in our community. God bless and goodbye.